Ever get that feeling? Like you're looking way up at a skyscraper or a bridge, something huge, and it kind of hits you. Who can even build something like that? Who keeps it standing?
It's more than just the who, it's the how that gets me.
Totally. So today we're tackling one of those how do they do that jobs? Steeplejack.
Stand to be done.
You sent us some info from RoleCatcher, a whole career platform about this.
Yeah, they're really in-depth.
So let's climb up this career path, see what makes it tick.
Love the metaphor.
Gotta have fun with it, right? Okay, so steeplejack. I'll admit, I'm picturing some daredevil hanging off a building.
Classic image, right? And hey, the heights are definitely a factor.
But there's got to be more to it than just not being afraid.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. Every building needs maintenance, repairs, inspections.
Right, just usually not hundreds of feet in the air.
Exactly. And that's where steeplejacks come in. We're talking fixing roofs, chimneys, those intricate lightning rod systems you see on older buildings.
I actually read in the RoleCatcher guide about steeplejacks repairing delicate architectural details, like gargoyles.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that. That takes a lot of finesse.
Right, so we're basically talking about construction workers, but with a serious altitude adjustment.
You got it. They need the same core knowledge of building materials, techniques, but then you add in the element of working suspended outdoors, all kinds of weather.
The RoleCatcher guide really stressed that it's physically demanding. Sometimes they're working weekends, evenings, just to meet deadlines.
Sounds intense.
Definitely a trade-off. Physically demanding, potentially risky, but what's the upside? Besides the view, I mean.
Okay, but let's be real for a second. That view. Seeing a city from angles most people never will. There's got to be something almost poetic about that, right?
I could see that. Almost like a different perspective on the world.
Exactly. But beyond that, the guide also mentioned good salary potential. Sees there's a real demand for people with these skills.
Yeah, you can't just hire any contractor to replace a weather vane on a skyscraper. Makes sense. What else did the guide say about what makes someone good at this?
Because it takes more than just a head for heights, right?
Right.
Well, physical fitness is a given, but honestly, it's just the starting point. The guide really emphasized problem solving.
Oh, we bet.
You're often assessing situations on the fly, making decisions at heights that would make most people queasy, you know?
I actually remember a part in the RoleCatcher guide about a steeplejack who had to, improvise a repair on a crane's cable system during a storm.
No way. Talk about pressure.
Right. They had to think fast, understand the mechanics of the crane, and work quickly, all while suspended hundreds of feet in the air.
I can't even imagine. That's incredible.
And that actually highlights another skill the guide talked about, attention to detail.
Yeah, up there, a small crack in a facade or a loose bolt, that could be a huge problem.
Every tiny detail magnified 100 times when you're at that scale. And on top of everything else, you can't forget about teamwork.
So true. You can't exactly be yelling instructions from 100 feet away.
Right. So the guide actually emphasized that they often work in teams. You're relying on each other for safety, for getting the job done. That's what clear communication, coordinating actions, anticipating your teammates' needs.
And all while navigating this crazy environment.
It really is fascinating how much brain power goes into this. It's not just the physical stuff, it's problem solving at a high level.
No pun intended.
See? Gotta sneak those in. But okay, so with all that in mind, how does someone become a steeplejack? Is there like a steeplejack university I haven't heard of?
Honestly, that would be kind of cool.
Right.
But no, you won't find that on a college application.
So no formal degree needed.
That's what the guide said. High school diploma, pretty standard, and maybe a vocational certificate in construction, something related. Could help.
But really, the learning happens
On the job.
Apprenticeships?
Huge in this field. You're learning from the people who've been there, done that, seen it all, literally learning the ropes from the best.
Speaking of ropes, what were those certifications again? IRATA, SPRAT?
Oh, yeah. Those are kind of a big deal in the steeplejacking world. They focus on rope access and safety. Like, think of it as getting your black belt in vertical work.
Makes sense. So demonstrating that you know how to work safely at those heights.
Exactly. Like IRATA, that stands for Industrial Rope Access Trade Association. They have this whole globally recognized system for training and certification. Shows employers you're serious about safety, best practices.
Because when your office is 100 feet in the air...
You really don't want to mess around with safety.
No kidding. And I imagine it gives job seekers an edge. I mean, the market for this can't be that big, right?
You're competing with other highly skilled people, so every bit helps.
Which is where RoleCatcher seems to come in, with all their extra resources. Remember that whole section on interview prep?
Oh, yeah, with like Thousands of potential questions.
Over 120,000, actually.
Wow. Who has time for that?
Well, I mean, the point is they're covering a huge range of situations you might encounter in a steeplejack interview.
Which makes sense because it's not your typical job interview. You know,
Yeah.
you can't just rattle off generic answers about working well under pressure, not when the job itself involved that kind of...
Life or death pressure.
Exactly.
The guide made a big deal about how RoleCatcher goes beyond those basic interview questions. It's all about situational questions, problem solving, how comfortable are you with different heights, weather.
I'd be ready for anything.
Right. They're really trying to get you in the mindset of a steeplejack, thinking on your feet, making those split-second decisions.
Which could make or break your chances in an interview, I bet.
Oh, for sure. And it doesn't stop there. They've got that AI tool for your resume, too.
In this day and age, you got to use every tool you can get.
Absolutely. Imagine this. Their AI, it analyzes steeplejack job descriptions, sees what employers want, what skills, keywords they're looking for.
Okay, that's smart.
And then it helps you highlight the best parts of your own background to make your resume really stand out.
That's like having a secret weapon.
Right. They're really trying to cover it all, from education to actually landing the job. It's like they've thought of everything someone would need to know.
Yeah, to get into this line of work.
Right, and they're really making it accessible.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Because, like we've been saying, it's a unique career.
You need a special set of skills, that's for sure.
It's not just about being fearless, though.
Although I'm sure that helps.
Of course. But it's more about, problem solving, being precise, teamwork.
It really does feel like a metaphor for life when you think about it.
How so?
Well, you're facing these challenges, right? You have to work together to achieve a goal.
I see what you mean.
And there's that element of danger, too.
Adds certain intensity to the work.
Definitely. And I think even if someone isn't cut out to be a steeplejack, they can still find it inspiring.
I think you're right. It's a good reminder that there are still jobs out there that require, physical and mental toughness.
Totally. Where those old school values of craftsmanship and attention to detail, they really matter.
Absolutely. And, thinking about all this, it really makes me appreciate the structures around us more.
The bridges, the skyscrapers, those old clock towers.
We just see them every day, but we don't think about the people who keep them standing.
And in the case of steeplejacks, they're doing it hundreds of feet in the air.
With a view most of us will never see.
Can you imagine the stories they could tell? Seeing the city from that perspective?
That's what I love about these deep dives. We get to explore these hidden worlds.
It's like they're bridging that gap between the ordinary and the extraordinary.
I like that. On one hand, they're tradespeople with a very specific skill set. But on the other hand,
they're pushing the limits of what's possible.
And facing those challenges head on.
So maybe there's something we can all learn from steeplejacks.
I think so. That blend of skill, courage, and a little bit of awe.
Beautifully said. Well, on that note, I think it's time for us to climb down from this metaphorical skyscraper.
Back to ground level.
For now.
Yeah.
But to our listeners, we hope this deep dive has given you a new appreciation for the world around us.
And the incredible people who keep it running, often in ways we never see.
Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and maybe, just maybe, look up at those tall buildings with a newfound respect for the steeplejacks who built them.
And keep them standing tall,